All right, we've got Jaedong here in the upper right, last in the bottom left. This is a 4-player map, so they don't know where each other are exactly. They'll find out soon.
Yes, that's quite right. And Jaedong's scouting in the more normal pattern with his Overlord on this map, unlike Fighting Spirit where he went for that 9 pool. So nothing looking out of the ordinary, at least in the first opening moments of this game. But we should mention, they are in cross spawns. So the actual rush distance from base to base, the amount of time it takes to walk across the map and attack your opponent, well, it is a long time.
Also, we should note that in cross spots, the Zerg's third base, which on this map tends to be another main, there's a little bit of ambiguity about which one the Zerg will take, so Terran has to be checking both of those, but the rush distance to that third base when Terran confirms where it is, that is much shorter.
Now, it looks like Last is probably going for a 1-1-1 again. The place he's putting his depot kind of yells to me that he might want to do a 3-building wall with the barracks and factory next to it, but we'll see that momentarily. It's the build that he used a lot against Sulky, so if he continues to do it, I don't think it's going to be a big surprise to us, Jaedong, the fans, anyone.
Okay, here come the drones now. It's going to be a hatchery on 12. Jaedong saying, I'm pretty confident that Last is not going to do any kind of rush to me. Last back at his base, getting his barracks and his gas. So we're going to have at least a beginning that should look similar to the last game we casted, although it won't have the Zerg rushing.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be just kind of a normal macro opening here from Jaedong, getting ready to make that spawning pool. And Last is, in fact, going for that 1-1-1 play. But does Jaedong try to get aggressive against this? We saw Sulky fall time and time again trying to all in, and especially cross map, I think it could be quite hard.
I think you're right, Artosis. Now, Last over here, he's just now setting his scouts out. Jaedong is going to be droning up. I would like to see just one more standard TVZ, you know what I mean? But I mean, I totally appreciate the crazy builds these guys have been doing as well. And so, with this build, this is one of the harder builds if you want to copy something. For those of you guys at home, this is like, this is one of these builds where if you lose any one of these units when you started out, things fall apart very fast.
It's so true. Part of the reason the crowd was cheering so loudly when the Wraith died, it's like, well, you can't scout anymore. Sorry.
Yeah. It's kind of like you're driving the fastest car in the world, but the downside is it's held together with Scotch tape or something.
Yeah. Hit anything and you are in some trouble. Well, right now, they have scouted each other. So Jaedong pretty much aware this is a 1-1-1 play. He has gone for 3 hatcheries back at home, which Last has scouted as well. So it's going to let him leisurely get into vessels if that's where he wants to go with this. But what does Jaedong do? Does he go up to Spire? Does he go Hydralisk Den? We're going to see here in just a moment.
Okay. The SCV is still staying alive over here. We have that first starport coming down. The longer you keep that SCV alive, the better. Just to get confirmation. Are you making any lings? Are you doing anything out of the ordinary? And it looks like it's just about to go down. There it is.
And he got some good info. Like seeing when the layer starts, you can discount a big Zergling all-in to open because they're skipping Zergling speed, at least for the time being. Last getting into his starport so he can get that very important Wraith out and check what is it that Jaedong's going for, whether it be Hydralisks or a Spire.
Okay. Landing the buildings now. We're going to get an expansion up over here for Last. He's going to try to begin to tech up. You can go in a lot of different directions, right? In with this opening.
Oh, yes.
Like there's no clear path that the Terran has to take, correct?
No, there really isn't. And just depending on whether they go 2 hatch or 3 hatch, you have all sorts of different things you can do. Like, for instance, he could go Wraith into dropship if he wanted and try to kill a bunch of drones with vultures. He could try a vulture run by. He could go mines all over the place. You can go for a siege tank right off the bat with your turrets and vessel. You can go into Wraiths. There's a big variety of what can be done with this tech. But with all of it, it does have a few weaknesses here and there if Jaedong wants to get aggressive.
What do you think about this this Hydra Den over here?
Well,
generally people go for Mutalisks, so I almost wonder if this is just for looks.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're definitely right that the Mutalisks are going to be a better macro play overall, but generally you'll see the Hydralisk Den just to get like 2 Hydras out, because otherwise you're going to lose a lot of Overlords to that Wraith.
See the Wraith, by the way, coming out now. Now this can bully away any Overlords anywhere else on the map over here.
That was a great find, by the way, that
Yeah,
Overlord.
well, considering how big this map is, man.
Yeah.
It's like it made a beeline right over there. If you're playing online, that's when you pause the game and call him a hacker. You're like, no way, man. No way did you just do that.
Yeah. And it looks like he's going into Cloak. So we're going to see some Cloaked Wraiths out here to help bat away the Mutalisks. And Last has some of the best Wraith control in the entire world. He is fantastic with them.
By the way, that Wraith coming in here at scouts and sees exactly what direction this game has gone in. It can still continue to harass a few Overlords. And you make a good point with the Last control with the Wraith Sartosis. He's very, very good. You can micro Wraiths using the same tricks people use to micro Mutalisks, and it makes him highly abusive.
Yeah, and we're going to see some of that coming out of him, almost no doubt. And generally, when you go for the Cloaked Wraiths off of one port, you're going to get like 3, maybe 4. Then you can get into Vessels. You can get your barracks up pretty quickly here and just really work on hitting your first big Marine push. But as is, I really like Jaedong's play. He threw down an Evolution Chamber, which means he's going to start his upgrades and really rely on mass units against this tech.
Okay, the Mutas are out, heading towards Last base. Last has everything positioned perfectly. I love he's sending these Lings out on the map to try to soak up any extra mine heads. You definitely don't want to have your lurkers running into mines. That's a really easy way to lose the game. And the cloak goes down, and Jaedong realizes he can no longer be over here. And that's Last great control, by the way. Look at how many kills this is going to get. He is stalking Jaedong so perfectly.
Yeah, this is just amazing, Micro. The moving shots on these raids, so real. Really pushes them back. I think he killed like the Scourge and 2-3 mutas there. So
yeah,
that was fantastically done. And Jaedong's mutas open up with basically 0 damage.
That's right. I mean, completely shutting down what Jaedong was setting this game up to be. And the mutas are still a threat. Don't be confused, guys. Mutas beat Wraiths pretty easily if you can see them.
Now, the way that we see Jaedong playing right now, right? We already saw the Evolution Chamber. We see the Queen's Nest is down, so he should be going to Hive pretty quickly. But the location of his third base, the way that it's really close to him, this means that, you know, he's going to make a lot of units from here. We are going to see a lot of Lings popping out. Maybe he'll go for Lurkers with that as well. But he's really going to have a perfect first engagement when Last comes out with his full army.
That's right, and this game may come down to that big engagement right there. For the time being, Jaedong at least has map control, can at least try to take out mines that are put out on the map. Last may not want to push right away. He might want to get a few more vessels, a larger number of infantry before he pushes out. Now, TVZ can be incredibly deceptive to those that are not familiar with it, because when you look at fights, sometimes the Zerg completely wins, even if they both have about even, and sometimes the Terran totally wins, because both unit sets, Medic Marine, Vessels, or Ling, Muta, Lurker, their damage output is insane if positioned correctly. So there's this mini game that happens right before the two armies engage each other, and then a lot of times one completely landslides the other one.
Yeah, you're very right, and that's what Last is going to be looking to do, and well, Jaedong as well, as you said. Now, this is the move out time. You have Stim, you have your medics, it's around 9 minutes. Get out there, keep pressure on Zerg. We see that Jaedong has gone back into Mutalisks, and he's making a lot of Zerglings. So this is where Jaedong must hold the push.
Okay, the first Scourge does not fully connect. It's 2 Scourge to kill a vessel. The push is beginning. There's an Ultralisk rush over here. This is really unusual as far as tech tempo goes. Let's see if this works out. I mean, Last is pushing right now. Guys, if Jaedong does not stop this push, Last will win this game.
And not just this game, this tournament. He is on match point for the KSL Championship. A lot of Ling Muta out on the map right now. Oh my God, he's so close. Here we go, jumps in on top of everything. The Radiated Mutalisk beautifully microed over the Marines.
He's continuing to come down here. The tanks are exposed. There is not enough Marines here to defend this location, and Jaedong will hold off the first push from last.
This is huge. Jaedong clearing absolutely everything. A couple cloaked Wraiths, the only thing left over. He can even kill that little group of medics.
Taking out the Wraiths as well. This is huge. And from here, oh, excuse me, Last is going to push again anyways. This is pretty ambitious. Normally a Terran would stay a little bit further back. Don't forget that Ultras are going to be part of the fight as well.
Yeah, they will be pretty soon, and these vessels won't be nearly as helpful against that. But the chitinous plating might not be done. The speed might not be done. Jaedong still has to hold on. This is 5 barracks rallying out continuously for Last.
Okay, Last is once again pushing. Jaedong needs to get another good setup here. Now, Ultralisks really beat Marines if you have them comboed in with a few other Zerglings. And this also may surprise Last when the Ultras pop out. This is not a usual time to get Ultras. By the way, every Ultralist is going to be super important because Zerg doesn't have enough gas to steadily make Ultras. You want 4 gases, not 3. Which is what Jaedong has right now. Another push. Jaedong needs to stop this.
There's a lot of fire bats in here. This is a scary push to try to break his Jaedong, but his first Ultras are coming out.
You can see frantically Last is trying to get sunken colonies up to try to sandbag this push. The Muta's coming in here to try to act as a deterrent.
More and more units just flooding out from Last. This push is so deadly. Here comes the flank. Jaedong getting ready to hit this push with everything he has.
Okay, the Ultras are coming in. He's hitting from every side. The Scourge are coming down now. They do manage to get the vessel.
Oh, the Ultras on top of the tanks, but these Marines clearing those Ultras so quickly. Jaedong with nothing left over.
Oh, he's trying to get in. I think he's done it, Artosis. Those 3 Ultras are down. Another one pops out. He's just relying on these few Ultralisks.
And the Scourge come down and pick off that vessel. Hold on,
oh my God, whoa, whoa,
Jaedong, oh my God, somehow at the last possible second breaks the push.
That was so close. There's that +3 armor on the Ultras, saving the day there. Now, again, Last can stay on 2 base for an incredibly long time and pump out a really powerful army that's hard to fight. Jaedong is basically almost overclocking his economy to try to get these Ultras out, to try to get these Lings out. But another push is inevitable. Jaedong trying to get a 4th base up at the top left. He has to get this up, or he will not be able to hang on. Eventually, Last will run him over.
Yeah, this is starting to get very exciting right now. Definitely Last is in a pretty good position still, I would say. He's had double eBay going for a bit, so he should have 2-1 coming very quickly. He's up on 7 barracks producing Marine Medic. This is a gigantic army. Jaedong must flank it perfectly to clear it.
Jaedong is set up. Last is continuing to move out. And this is going to be tough. Remember, if he can irradiate these Ultras, it makes him a lot squishier when the real fight comes.
And that irradiate deals a lot of splash damage to Lings as well.
+2 attack, +1 armor now here for Terran. Zerg Ultra armor is at 4 right now, so they can take a little bit more hits. But this attack, I mean, this is really scary.
Yeah, the Sea Chink's getting into position.
If Last breaks him anywhere, basically Jaedong's going to lose the game.
Here we go, Last going for the push once again. Ling Ultra coming down, a huge amount of bio here. Here we go, Jaedong committing everything to the push.
Okay, he's coming in here from the top. The angling is not ideal. The Ultras cannot get to connect with the Marines. They're gonna turn around. I think Jaedong's gonna lose this base.
Yeah, it looks like it. He's being forced back. He has taken another base in the top left, but that might not be enough. Jaedong getting so low on army and economy. A 40 supply lead for Last.
Okay, the Ultras are going to try to come around and hit. They can try to slow down these reinforcements, but the bulk of the army that Last has on the center right, it cannot be contested.
Such a strong push coming out from our Terran player. He's eliminating the Ultralisk horde. A lot of Lings coming down, trying to cut off reinforcements, and they do, but the main army is still so strong.
Okay, the Lings are going to try to come around, but even over here, there's just too many Marines. I think this game is slipping between the fingers of Jaedong. Last is simply too strong, and this next push, oh, that's it. GG! Last has done it, and he is your KSL champion.
A dominating performance from our Terran player. Finally a champion of a Star League after so many years being respected as one of the best.
He did it. Not only did he do it, but with a 4-0, he never lost a game against Jaedong, the most legendary Zerg player in all of StarCraft.
Jaedong had a magical season, a Cinderella story of coming back to his peak